we were discussing anime, right?
Yes, we were discussing anime.
So I don't know much about anime. Like I have friends who have anime, who've watched a lot of anime. Goku being a prime example of it, right? So if you were to suggest an anime where I could start watching anime from,
Okay. So, firstly, let me ask you, what do you think of when the word anime is said?
like literally the first thing that comes to my mind is Death Note.
Okay, Death Note, because probably you've been introduced to anime before, like
Yeah.
from the two of us. So the reason you've been introduced to Death Note is because Death Note is the number one, I would say, I mean, in my opinion, and in many other people's opinion as well, I would say so is because Death Note is the number one recommended anime for a first timer, because it's got a lot of things in it. It's got it's a thriller, it's got action, it's got the the actual what makes it an anime.
It's technically something like animated Sherlock Holmes.
Kind of,
It gives
but
you those vibes.
it gives you those vibes, but at the same time, it elevates it to the anime level by having those moments which actually make it an anime. Say, for example, those the music. That's one.
Yeah.
That's number one. Music has to be number one, and the plot. And then there's always this sudden twist in an anime, and the screaming, and then the whole concept as such, where there's a demigod
There's
kind
an
of.
exaggeration for every shot which is there in. Even like for example, there's this one episode where this guy eats a potato chip,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is so exemplified.
Yeah, so the whole part of him eating the potato chip is something you would not get to see in Sherlock. So that's what makes it an anime. You will find out that when you watch the show, when you find out about it when you watch the show. But where like what kind of anime you should watch, for example, I think he would agree with this. It like depends on what your taste is.
Yeah, because there are like, even though I love watching a lot of animes, he likes like Arman likes watching a lot of animes. The animes which I would like, he wouldn't like.
Exactly.
Like
So
whatever he would, I wouldn't as well. So we have to like go ahead and like categorize on what kind of likes you have, what dislikes,
dislikes
you
you
have,
have, and then I would suggest certain animes
and
because
streamline it.
say for example, I don't think he likes a lot of slice of life animes. You know what slice of life is? So slice of life is like in different genres in TV shows.
Yeah.
Anime also has different genres. Slice of life is basically like what's your everyday life, like going to school, having homework being done, and like your life at home, and then suddenly you get to be a part of a band, and then in that band you become like really like you become friendly with people. So it's like different. That's one example. So they're like slice of life animes, and he likes certain action animes that probably I wouldn't like. Like
Yeah.
Tanush, for example, what anime like
Oh,
action?
I like dark, like thriller animes. That's what I usually go for. Say for example, like he told, right? These animes which depicts life. That's something which will bore me because I'm like, I want to get out of life. Like I want to move away from life and see something which I cannot do as a person. And
So-
in that way, that's where I go across, and like there are a lot of new animes which come out. Like I was talking just a few
Yes,
minutes
and
back.
there are certain animes that both of us would agree it's not really that good.
Yeah.
Like some like we don't like. For example, all three of us would agree for a movie that we don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
something
everyone,
like that.
like all of us would agree, like 2.5 Men became shit after Charlie Sheen left.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
It's something like that.
And, no,
I
and,
mean, 2.5 men were shit after two.
no, and another thing about anime is like how movies and TV shows are. As the generation passes, people get into different kind of anime. Say for example, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I don't know when that was released. How old is it?
I'm not really sure. I wasn't really a fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I've just heard it's good, but when I watched the trailer and I just looked at a few episodes, it didn't really intrigue me as a person to like watch it. I didn't really.
Yeah, same.
I wouldn't say it's a bad anime.
It's not a
because
bad anime, but it's not something that I would watch. Yeah, it's a good anime because I've heard a lot of good reviews about it, but it's not something that I can sit through with. I can't sit through like 25 minutes of an episode and watch like entire season, which consists of probably 24, 25 episodes. I cannot watch that because it's not something that I would like. So that is same with him. So it depends on what your taste is.
And there are animes which, like I introduced him, like I forced him to watch, was One Piece.
Yeah. So the thing is, see, there are certain animes which are over the top, dude. Like
So-
this is like low level, mediocre, average, above average, and there's the shit that hits the roof.
Yeah.
Right. One Piece is one of those for me because it's really good. So depends on what kind of like you were saying, depends on what kind of animes, what kind of taste you would like.
Say for example, I tell you I watched Kuroko.
Kuroko no Basket.
Yeah.
Now see, that's one of my favorite animes. If you watch Kuroko no Basket, I would recommend every single person on this planet. If you watch Kuroko no Basket, you should watch Haikyuu.
Okay.
Yeah, Haikyuu is actually good.
Haikyuu is the bomb, dude. And recently they've come out with the new season. I think it's season 4 part 2, but in Netflix when it releases, they're going to make it season 5 because it's Netflix.
And honestly, Netflix animes out of 100, I would say only 15 are good.
Yeah.
Because the others are just script writers who just had money, who just approached Netflix and they did whatever their
Let's not talk about
nonsense is.
That's getting a little too controversial.
Yeah, that's
Let's
not
forget
controversial, but I'm just saying Netflix animes are bad. That's what I feel.
Some of them are good, not all of them are good.
I mean, so we've seen Netflix films that have come out in the last 3 months, which are not great. So let's not go there.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say watch Haikyuu. Like Kuroko no Basket is about basketball.
Yeah.
It basically Kuroko no Basket basically translates to Kuroko's basketball.
Yeah.
That's his way of playing basketball. Have you seen all the seasons?
Yeah, all 3.
Okay. So
And the film as well.
yeah, that's good. The film is really good.
Yeah.
So that's the translation. So Haikyuu basically means the word translated to volleyball. Haikyuu means volleyball in Japanese, and I think it's Japanese national sport if I'm not wrong.
I think so.
I'm not sure.
No, actually, Japanese national sport is sumo. Yeah, right. Japan's national sport is sumo, but they take very serious interest. No, it's sumo wrestling. I'm serious.
No, he just looked at himself.
There is irony sitting here.
No, but Haikyuu is too good, bro. Like it starts off. There is no like, what do you call that person? And protagonist.
Yeah.
Protagonist or antagonist?
Protagonist is the
Protagonist,
person
indeed.
who's the hero, antagonist is the villain.
Yeah, so there is no singular protagonist. There in the start, it feels like there is one protagonist, and then later
But
it
just a
branches
team,
out
bro.
into like 2 or 3 more,
Yeah.
and then the story continues on. So basically, Haikyuu is a story about volleyball. There's a kid who's in high school, and like. So if you want, I can give you the description of it, or you can
Good.
just watch it. Okay. So there's a kid who's in high school who's a very
so I
sporty
tell you
kid.
something.
Alright,
The
cool.
reason why I started watching Kuroko was another friend of mine, Arvind. Hi, I hope you're watching the video.
I thought
I know,
I thought he came all of a sudden.
No, but you do realize.
Yeah, I know. I forgot for a second.
Yeah, even I forgot. I'm like, wait, is someone actually? Okay, never mind. Yeah, let's get
Continue.
back.
So, a friend of mine, Arvind, we were covering an event, and he's like, "Bro, you need to watch this." He didn't tell me. He didn't give me an explanation to why we were watching it. We watched the first 4 episodes, and then he transferred I was like, you know what? Here's my hard disk. Transfer the rest of it onto my hard disk, and I'm going to go home and watch it. And this was in 2018 December, probably.
Yeah, that's when the second season released.
Yeah.
A few moments later.
This is something which is factual because anime character or anime authors have a very close bonding to the characters. They feel that whatever they couldn't be in real life is going to be their characters. And that's why it takes longer for each episode to come out because they have to sketch each one of them and it has to go to the story. And every anime for that matter, and this is something which I would say not only for the new ones but even for the old animes, when I talk about like how we spoke about One Piece and all, this is something which is started in 1999. So the level of thinking in 1999 is way different than what it is in 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
So it took a longer time to establish a person to get him involved in the anime. So you have to watch a longer set of episodes. This is what happened to him as well with One Piece. He was bored of watching One Piece from the first 20 episodes because it was very slow. And it took him maybe about 40 episodes to catch up, and that's when it picked up things. And when I watch like the recent animes which come out, like say Boku no Hero Academia, or you look at Demon Slayer, so the first 1 or 2 episodes sets the plot for the entire show.
So what happens is when you have an anime, like for example One Piece. Let's take One Piece as an example right now. It's got 940 episodes if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, and it's
and
running.
it's still running. So it's one of the longest animes in anime history. Okay, and it takes when an anime is so long, you obviously expect there to be like at least 20 episodes to be introducing to the characters and the plot, the story, what's happening. Like for example, with Kuroko, the first 5 episodes is where they split the episodes into 2 because they were trying to introduce each and every character as soon as possible, and not just the character, they wanted to introduce why this anime is so special. And then I probably know this happened to you as well. In the first 5 episodes, there was a moment, like at least 5 minutes of it. Like in any episode, I don't know which one, probably in 5 minutes, you were like, it gave you that goosebumps feeling. Like, I gotta watch this shit. I have to watch it.
I think
there was this one part which happens in every anime that makes you like, I have to watch. I have to know what's happening. I want to be a part of this guy's story. I want to know what's happening in his life. Like that
I
happens
think
for
it
everything.
was when Kuroko showed up for that audition,
Mm-hmm.
and he's there the entire time.
But nobody sees him.
Nobody sees it.
Exactly.
And that's when I was like, "Ooh, what
What happened? Like, he
What-
was right there the entire time. How did you not see him?
exactly? I mean, I saw him.
Yeah, and like, how could you not see him? Like, what's happening? And then they ask them to take the shirts off, and the coach, she just checks out everyone's.
Yeah, like
she has this sensor vision that checks out everyone's physique and all that.
Yeah.
And then it's like negligible physique. He's like a regular dude.
Yeah.
But how were you in the best team of high school? So that kind of gets you hooked. Like, you want to know how did he get there, and then
Yeah.
you find out how he plays, and then gets you hooked onto it more and more.
Exactly.
So it's like building up to a point, and then it's like a cliffhanger, but then it's like they're building suspense to this point of like, oh my god, it's the 5th episode, this is gonna happen, and then suddenly you're left hanging as a cliffhanger, but then it's actually a suspense to the entire season.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
what happened.
basically every
Yeah.
anime. So anime in general, how I would say, I would prefer watching animes over TV shows. The only reason why being is that you're more connected to the character by yourself. Like, I know this is true for a lot of anime fans. There are certain emotional moments in every anime which will
Makes you wanna
make you cry. And this is us being grown up men saying this. Judge us all you want, but unless you actually see a particular character, your favorite character die or go through that trauma, you feel bad. Like, for example, for me personally,
Wait, spoiler alert. Say that
yeah,
first.
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. So for me, have you heard of this anime called Naruto?
I was gonna say, I know who you're talking about.
I know,
man.
I know.
I cried.
I
did.
cried. So there's this one. I'm not going to give you the details, but there's one. There's a time where Naruto's dad, who he thinks he's been abandoned, Naruto thinks he's been abandoned and shit.
Yeah.
He actually knows how he dies, and it was the most emotional death I've ever seen in any anime. And the second time I cried was in the same anime when Jiraiya dies.
I cried only when Jiraiya died. I didn't cry when.
I
didn't cry
cried.
when the other guy died. What's his name?
Minato
Hokage.
Namikaze.
Minato, yeah. I
The
didn't cry
only
when
reason
Minato
why I
died.
cried during Minato's death is not because when Minato died, it's what
What he
Kushina
sacrifices.
tells.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay,
it's
what she
not
tells.
me-
What she tells.
No, what it's not for what he dies for. It's but what they tell to the kid.
that part, he's like, I don't know what's
Yeah,
happening.
you have to watch this to understand this because
So, like he says, there's an emotional part in every anime.
Yeah,
Like,
that-
for example, in Kuroko no Basuke, there is a moment where, like, let's say, where they go and play the tournament with. What's the first one? Inter-High. Inter-High tournament, and then they. Yeah, spoiler. No, it's not a spoiler. This is the truth.
Yeah.
Every sports anime has an Inter-High. Okay?
Yeah.
Every sports anime has an Inter because Japan is associated with sports like very like compared to India, they're probably most associated with sports because India only likes cricket.
yeah,
All the
that's-
best for Australia series.
Already lost the first
I know,
match.
first-
No, but on just outside the conversation, like yeah, but Japan did get beaten by India for 40 runs.
But that Japan doesn't play cricket, bro. Beat them in sumo wrestling. If you
Why
can't
you bring
beat
up sumo every time?
that's a national sport. India is hockey.
I'm not going for sumo wrestling.
You just bring that up every single time just because I'm a
No,
just
it's
saying.
either you just you know what, forget that. But yeah, there's for example in Inter-High when you see before Inter-High when they go to practice in this guy Kise's college,
Yeah.
and then like Kagami does this random 360 turn dunk,
Yeah.
and then Kise copies it right in the next moment.
Yeah.
So at that point you're like, oh my god, what happened? It doesn't make you cry, but then it like shocks you emotionally. Like, how do you do that, dude? Like, that's the guy's skill. And then
Like for me, the most chilling thing. Spoiler alert! I'm sorry that I'm actually bringing this up. I don't know why I'm bringing it up as well. For me, I think it was the moment where Kuroko and Kagami started becoming friends.
Yeah.
A few moments later.
I agree. Careful, guys. So in Haikyuu, you should watch the story revolve around like 2-3 people. So I'll give you like the slight start of it.
Yeah.
So there's this kid who's in high school. He's like full energetic. He wants to be a volleyball player. He wants to take his school to the inter high and win the nationals as a junior high champion and all that when he's in school. Okay, and then he's working so hard for it, but then there's no teammates, there's no people who are not interested in the sport. So he tries as much as he can. He has his youthful energy, he goes and gives it his best, and then suddenly there's a tournament, and then he's all excited because he's like, finally, instead of like winning a tournament, he's like, we get to play in a tournament. Many people have that feeling, right?
Yeah.
So he gets to play in the tournament, and then but half of his teammates don't even know. Like I would say the entire team does not know how to play volleyball except for him. So he's basically hard carrying them. Like for example, when you play any game with 4 noobs in it, and then you're the only guy who's hard carrying the game.
You know,
Yeah, I know that
Any
feeling,
game,
bro.
forget any game.
I
So,
know that feeling. CS:GO.
there's a lot of
don't
games.
talk about it.
There's a lot of games like that. Anyway, so that happens, and then his first opponent in that tournament is the best team in the entire nation, and the guy who's called the king. Okay, they call him the king. I do this because when you watch it, you'll find out about it. When you watch it, you'll find out about it. Why they call him the king, and then. So they call him the king of the court, and he's the best setter. So the best part about sport anime is they explain to each and every position and the importance of a position. You don't believe that? You don't believe me? Like after watching Haikyuu, I got into volleyball so much I started watching volleyball tournaments. It's like I get to understand sport even more now. So,
Sports animes are fun.
sports
but then,
animes are fun. So yeah,
but
you
I
should
don't-
watch Haikyuu. I'm gonna leave that at that. You should go watch it after that. Then I'll be explaining the entire episode. There's no point of it.
But I like watching something which is fantasy like, which something which I wouldn't get to see in a normal life. So one of that which I got really hooked on to in the recent time is a show called Boku no Hero Academia.
Oh yeah, that's a nice anime.
Yeah, that's a really good anime. I think it started off in 2017 or 2016.
16, I think.
16 or 17. So
Yeah.
it's in this 5th season right now. It's still going on. It's basically about a world where there's superheroes. So like how you have your DC and Marvel,
Yeah.
they also have their own set of superheroes. And this world is so crazy. It's because they rank their superheroes. They're so biased over a few guys. They're like, he's the number 1 superhero and he can literally take any pounding for us and save us from anything.
Yeah, but what sets that apart from One Punch Man? I know people think about One Punch Man as the same thing. But what sets that apart? You heard of One Punch Man, right?
I've
He's
seen it
watched
too.
One Punch
Yeah,
Man.
you watch One Punch Man. So what sets that apart from One Punch Man is Boku no Hero Academia. It's basically a school for superheroes to
I
go,
was just gonna
heroes to
get-
become superheroes.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. So, Boku no Hero Academia, like I told you, is a world set for all superheroes and things. So, why this anime is really awesome is because when you were a kid, you at one point of time wanted to be a superhero.
Yeah.
Every kid wanted to be a superhero. So, this particular anime has a school where if you have superpowers,
You can be.
you graduate to be a superhero. And the entire story revolves around this one kid who doesn't have any superpowers, but he is the most studious person who like writes down things about superheroes.
He wants
the
to be a
villains.
superhero so bad, but he doesn't have superpowers.
Yeah. And he gets a chance to be a superhero and he trains really hard because if you have a skill of say like a photographer or
Yeah.
something, you have that skill because as soon as you see something you can click it really well. Look at Arman, he can't click a good picture.
Yeah,
Like, no
okay,
matter
I
how
don't
much he
have-
tries.
I can't, dude.
Yeah, he can't. Like,
Don't
say-
give me the camera.
So yeah, so similarly, he gets a chance to be a superhero, and he works really hard. And the story which follows is too intense. So there's a lot of backstories. There's ups and downs. So that's
Come-
one of the good animes.
So
of late.
coming to a conclusion, I think should we?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, coming to a conclusion, we think you should watch animes for all those reasons. To list it out, you want to list, bro?
Yeah, if I have to list it out, in my perspective, it is to get more connection with the characters.
Yeah.
Is to escape from the real world
Yeah.
that anything can happen.
Or to be a
And
part of someone
also-
else's life.
Yeah, to be a part of someone else's life. That's the whole, or to be in the shoes of the comic or the author's shoes,
Yeah.
because that's the entire
And
anime.
to add to that, there's always that one moment where you know you're going to watch the rest of the anime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, no, some people would say that, you know, it's the same thing with other TV shows as well. But when you watch an anime, you don't get that. Now, say for example, the Death Note chip eating part. There is not one TV show in the entire world that can replicate that particular moment.
Yeah, not one. No one can intensify one person eating a chip.
Or when Kuroko's opponents find out the kind of
The kind of tricks that he does, like he's not visible at all. Like you don't get that in a basketball. Like, come on, dude, you're telling me like Steph Curry is invisible throughout the entire game? Are you serious? Like, come on, how is that happening? Or like Derrick Rose is not visible through the entire game.
Yeah, and one more thing people have to realize that when we tell that anime is better than TV shows, yes, why? Because it has more meaning. Like it can happen in a fantasy world.
Exactly.
That's the first thing. And the second thing is no matter what happens, this can happen in a comic book. It can't happen in real life.
Exactly. That you know, disconnects you from real life and connects you somewhere else.
Yeah, and if you say it's for children, you guys have not watched Tokyo Ghoul.
Not just Tokyo, any anime.
Yeah, any anime for that matter, because you think
it's like
things go
saying
dark.
It's like to be honest, it's like saying Harry Potter is like just magic. Is it just magic?
No, it's not just magic.
Exactly. There's lots more to it. It's like saying Star Wars is just, you know, shooting outer space stuff
with laser swords.
Yeah, with laser swords. No, it's not. It's got much more meaning to that. It's in depth. The thing goes in depth.
That is called Grogu. That's the name of the character.
Yeah, it's not Yoda.
I don't know, man. I haven't watched Star Wars. Don't judge.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say if you have to start off a new anime, for now, if you want a short series, I would say go with Demon Slayer because
it's new and it's new. That's the best part. It's new and it's short and it's very engaging.
Yeah, and it's very well done. The animations are on point.
So that's another thing.
Okay, so this is just not for me. It's for you guys as well.
Yeah, it's for you guys as well.
So the one thing what people fail to speak about or forget to speak about is about the animation. The animations from different generations vary. So for example, Demon Slayer's animation is really good because it was released in the year 2019. Right?
So it's recent.
Yeah, it's recent. So the animation's got to be the best recent. But there are some animes that released in 2019 2020 that portray the old animation style. So it depends on what kind of animation.
It depends on the
like.
theme.
Exactly.
That's what it depends.
Depends on the theme and the animation style you like to watch. But the animation style depends on the theme. So if you like watch something neutral where there's not much, like for example you said Kuroko no Basket is good, Haikyuu is good, Demon Slayer is really good. I haven't watched the entire thing yet. Demon Slayer is good. And then if you want to, and if you like these animes and then you want, what, let's give an anime a shot. And if you watch you should watch Death Note before that, and then you can watch probably One Piece or maybe Naruto.
No, One Piece I would say is once you get hooked on to anime is when you start all the big threes like Bleach and One Piece and Naruto because.
Okay, how about this? We carry this conversation over to another weekend.
Exactly.
Where we can
we can start off with the big threes.
Yeah, the big threes is another video.
We've been taking it on for too long.
So we'll take this video into another weekend. Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, peace.
Have a good time,
Peace out, guys.
Wait for the next
Arigato
video.
gozaimasu.
What he said.
It means thank you.